Triple M was founded by a Russian guy, Sergio Mavroti, of which he started this initiative back in Russia, where he's actually coming from. It had its own ups and downs in Russia where he founded it. Indeed, some of the people, they say, well, they came, but those are valid claims that Sergio Mavroti was once arrested. It's a fact. He was once arrested in Russia, where he's coming from, after getting involved with the Triple M issues. But his arrest was not all about him being found wanting on the issues to do with Triple M, because he was not sentenced, he was not convicted of any crime based on Triple M. Secondly, in Russia, where he's actually coming from, he was within the state of Duma, where he was not allowed to participate in any business setup. However, himself, he saw it fit that with the idea that he's actually having, he is a person who is actually able to actually initiate something that can be of benefit to him and also the entire community. Hence, he started his business. By then, it was a business, the Triple M business, not the Triple M concept that we're having here in South Africa, and also the Triple M post the era of his arrest. That was a business. It was a Triple M 99, which was a business concept. Thereafter, he then came back and founded the Triple M that we are having, which is the Mavroti Mondial movement. Mavroti is named after his name, and then Mondial, it means togetherness. This is a movement because we are actually growing day by day. We are not stagnant. So it needs a lot of us to actually come together and continuously have other people coming on board. Hence, we are now having this movement here in South Africa. Above all, this movement is not only in South Africa, we have it in about 118 countries right now. So this is actually, it has actually spread globally with the concept of Triple M. Triple M, it's not a company or anyone's business. It's actually a movement, as I have actually alluded to, that all of us, we partake into Triple M. Not necessarily to say we are actually bound together to actually be involved in Triple M as a business for Sergio Mavroti as an individual, to actually suck the money from us. No, we are actually all contributing our monies together. If today I have got 10,000 that I can share with you, my brother there might need that 10,000. And then my sister there might need 50,000, which my brother might have. So it's a matter of us exchanging our monies and sharing together. There are a number of people who have actually spoken about where is that interest coming from, the 30% interest that the Triple M is actually, that Triple M has indicated that when you put your 100 rand, it will come back with an interest of 30%. In Triple M, we avoid using the words like interest. Because if you use a word like interest, in actual fact it's an interest, but in Triple M we avoid using such terms. Because terminologically, if you use such, then the economists and those who are actually degreed and at a certain level, they will then ask you, where is that interest coming from? Nevertheless, I'll come back and explain why we are not using those terms. We don't ask ourselves, who's ABSA? Who's FNB? Where does that FNB as a banker got the money to them, I'll give you 7%? What happens with the bankers? They decide, what today I'm having 1,000. Himself, he doesn't have any cent. Those people who are running the banks, who are bankers, they don't have any cent. They take my money from Kiani today and borrow it to Babu Salman there because they don't have money. Babu Salman wanted to buy a car. They then take my money, which I'm actually depositing into the bank to say, keep this money for me. Rather than keeping my money, they then lend it to someone at a higher rate. Someone won't pay that amount of money with 7% or 8% at least. They will charge someone more than necessary. Like for example, when you want to buy your house, today we are buying these old houses. A house that costs for 500,000. When you go to a bank, it settles the person who has actually offered to say, I'm the municipality or I'm the service provider who has got this land. They will settle him, his or her 600,000, and then come back to me and charge me 1.5 million for the house that I could actually get at a very lesser price. So you see the tricky, how the bankers are actually ripping us off. Then the very same people who are coming today, they are actually against the concept of M because they know that they are enriching themselves through the money that they are getting from you and myself. Hence today we are actually saying we have what this concept of M, a concept of M that has actually opened our mindset to actually see the other part of the world, how the money is being exchanged and how we are being exploited by the bankers. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we will focus more on the exchange of the monies from myself to you, so that we understand why we are having this M movement. I'm not going to dwell much on the slides, how they are. I'll just pick the points because all of us here are familiar with M. But I will appreciate if people can actually interact and also have a situation where we will understand where we don't understand based on these slides. Because I understand all of us here, we have actually gone through the presentations. Now, the most important thing that I'm more interested in is for us to actually focus more on the issues to do with the facts about M and also the restart and the understanding of why we are actually having a restart right now. Because the majority of ourselves, we are clueless on what really transpired. Right, the marvels that we were having, they were actually put on hold from the 30th of April going backwards. All our marvels are actually packaged together and frozen. Frozen marvels, you can't withdraw them. You can't do anything about them. It's more of like when I'm having a chunk of meat and place it inside the refrigerator. That's what is happening with our marvels currently. And then the administrators of the system, they sent out a communique to all of us as participants to say our monies or our marvels which are on the system that I have termed the old marvels will be paid within 6 months. Most of the people or majority of the people who don't understand to a certain extent, they are saying we will get our marvels after 6 months. When they say within, it might be next month, after 2 months, after 3 months, after 3 weeks, but within that time frame. That's the meaning of the word within 6 months. Secondly, we had other people who had joined M Global. M Global was also an initiative of Sergio Mavrot. It was giving 100%. We were using Bitcoins. It was trading international. Now, what happened during the time or before the media started actually hammering M, Sergio Mavrot indicated that it's not possible for us and it's not sustainable for us to keep on indicating that people will be able to get 100%. He then decided that as the administrators of the system, let's actually put this on hold. And the people who were actually on Bitcoin International, they will testify or attest to us that they were also told that this initiative, we are now putting it on hold. However, you will get your monies within a period of 6 months. Check your PO more consistently, because the system chooses randomly to give you 10% of what was there within the system from your old macros. Okay. So today you might find out that on your PO there is a 10% of the amount of macros that you are having. That's what is happening. You have got an auto GH. You don't need to GH on your own. It's automatic. The system chooses randomly. Anyway, with these few words, ladies and gentlemen.
My name is Kian Dube. I'm actually a guide based here in Joburg. Today I had a presentation here in Kwa-Thema. Unfortunately, our attendance wasn't that good. I'm not too sure whether it's because this area, people's spirit is down, but we're not giving up on this area. We need to motivate a number of people, because the participants that were actually in attendance, they raised the complaints that they don't see us as the PMM participants and PMM guiders here in Kwa-Thema and also Tsakane. This area has got a broader and a bigger potential. So far we have got about 7 people who have registered, and a number of people who participated, they feel that they don't see the PMM within this area. So we will be able to come back here. Basically today it was all about the unpacking of the PMM ideology, and also to teach people about Bitcoins, and also the issues to do with what is restart and where we are as PMM. So those are the critical components of our presentation today. And also I managed to convince a number of people whose spirit was down, because they are raising complaints that they have actually PH'd. Up until today they haven't been called in to PH. So those are some of the issues that people are raising here, to simply say, let's PH, we need the system to flow as it chooses to flow. However, we are soldiering on as PMM. I think the people of Ekurhuleni are actually motivated by what we did today. So I'm encouraged. I'm tops. PMM is moving forward. We need to do more, and a lot needs to be done, particularly in these areas where people are actually based within their communities. We need to focus on these areas. Yeah, in brief, that's all what we are actually here for.